Hello again. And today's live stream is not brought to you by Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, handcrafted ale, 12 fluid ounce, Sierra Nevada Brewing Company, Chico, California, and Mills River, North Carolina. It's really good to see everyone that is not on the channel. I don't know. I have the hiccups. I think I need to get water. I think that's what I'm gonna do in a few moments. I keep getting hit by cars.
What is this shit?
Okay. Oh, not that one. I just broke into it. It's weird. Why are you... You just started it? I thought it's been running. Alright, okay. I didn't know that. I would've put it in there. Alright. So, alright. Jeez, man, just jeez. Freaking big rig getting in my way.
Alright, let's go.
Jeez.
Oh shit, sorry. You're gonna kill me.
Citizens reporting a pedestrian struck by a vehicle near Del Perro Shopping Promenade.
Alright, let's see if we can do this one more time. Alright. Alright.
Del Perro Shopping Promenade.
Dude, just chill. Just chill. Just chill. I'm not gonna do anything. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. Son of a bitch. Alright, what are we gonna talk about today? And I'm gonna get water. That's what happens when you don't eat everything all day. You get hiccups when you eat food. What do your brother do? Alright, so, had a little bit of technical difficulties, or whatever it is. Oh my god, I want that car! Yes. Stay there. Yeah. Gimme.
Keep Coolio.
Yeah.
It's just a car. What I was talking about earlier, throughout history, it's changed people's emotional state a lot, and sometimes with like people who you think would have, or not you would, what you would think, but would actually have more violent traits have actually calmed down over the years, and only went into roles of defending themselves instead of being more outwardly violent, because people in
what is this shit?
In certain types of
Citizens report a pedestrian-involved accident
in certain types of
on Red Desert Avenue.
Bullshit.
oh my gosh. Awesome. Still have the hiccups. Oh gosh. Okay.
Suspect doing 70 miles per hour on Red Desert Avenue in Del Perro Beach.
There's certain avenues, people, there's certain pathways of emotion and realization. Oh, awesome. Emotional realization. What people have been able to discover has been able to change the way we see the world and the way we view people. Actually, in some ways, people. You're not gonna get into the tree if you go outside, Bo. Okay, calm down. We were just outside, I think. So, or were we just outside? It's only been 15, 20 minutes since we got. I think 15 minutes since we got back. Okay, calm down, Bo. It's okay. But through a certain value of life, I guess, people have actually been able to come through certain breakthroughs, but also too, there have been instances where people have actually like stifled those things sometimes, because they can break economies. Like say for instance, electronic cars. Until there is an ability to, like say for instance, cities and different places like that, whether or not there is a crime and certain things like that, but also too in the same sense, Bo, what are you eating? What do you have? Calm down. You're not gonna eat that. Go away. I don't want to talk to you right now, Bo. Go lay down. Nice. 360. Okay, let's pull out a comment. Alright, but through innovation, people have started to be able to do different things, and that changes the way we view our world. I guess you would say that I'm doing kind of like a research paper on it, but also too, you would say this in the same sense that I fucking hate research papers, and I got F's across the board during that quarter of high school. And that's the whole reason why sometimes I don't even want to go to college, because I fucking hate research papers. I hate them so much. I hate them. It's like they're like TPS reports, you know? It's like people reminding each other of stuff. Not to say that I don't like people who remind you of things, like my landlord, who reminds me that I have to clean up after myself sometimes, or most of the time. And because I'm a man, slob person, slash all those other different things, you know. So But also too, I do things, you know, so I'm not like completely useless or anything like that. But there's a certain I'd say there's a certain let's say an element of surprise when it comes to certain people's characteristics when it comes to innovation. People are always attuned to be able to innovate, whether or not it's a selfless act of just feeling good about the world, or a selfish act. I think people have actually villainized some words in the English language to make us think that, like, oh, it's harsh or it's dumb to be able to do certain things for yourself. But also too, in the same sense, there are people who actually villainize it just by doing certain things with it. But in the same sense, there's been less and less people that have wanted to cause violence or do violence because of certain specific innovations that have actually happened over the centuries and over the years that we call our world our world. Because there were years and years of people who actually still thought that the world was flat and thought that we were on the back of a turtle or something like that. Understandably so. The only reason it's explainable by science. I was thinking of the lyrics of this song. It says, I want to know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? It's because there's hydrogen in the sky. When it's mixed with oxygen in certain temperatures, it's able to make water. So that's probably the reason why. And also the reasons why it doesn't usually rain hard or anything like that, because there's nothing to hold it. It's like a condensed cloud. So I mean, so there's that. But that's like certain things that like people have tried to say that you can't explain it, man. That's the reason why I think the way I think. And it's like, you know what? That's the reason why you think the way you think. It's like, no. It's the reason why you should learn to explain things. Because if you can't explain it, then it's hard to explain. And then you'll probably get paid a lot of money if you begin to explain it. So, I don't know. I've been looking up on letters so much.
Let's move! Hey, forgive me! Hater! Fuck this crap! Damn it! Oh, man, that... Hey, come on, out! This is a joke!
Alright, through certain innovations, people have been able to make sure that... Son of a bitch! Hey, what's up, dude? Okay, sounds good, man. All right. Can you make sure you throw Leslie a couple bucks? Huh? All right, cool. All right. All right, cool. That sounds good, man. All right, thank you, man. All right. All right. Are you coming? When are you coming over? Huh? 4 a.m. Okay, cool. All right. All right. Okay, cool. Alright, man. Alright, bye. Alright, cool. Sounds good. Alright, man. Alright, bye. Jacob's coming by at 4 a.m. to come drop off some money, and he's also got to drop off some money at Navy Federal. So he's gonna come by. Huh? No, he's just gonna sleep in my bed. So. Son of a bitch.
Get the fuck out of here.
That sucks. Alright. I'm gonna...
You moron!
Alright, now... I have 12. Didn't get to unable to do things. Alright, now... Stand back and watch the offense. That's great. Good time. It wasn't like exactly amazing, but it was just like, that was cool as shit. Anyways, but yeah, through innovation and through different things, we've started to be able to feel better about ourselves and feel better about the world around us. Sometimes people believe that the world is dismal and that they don't have any way out. And trust me, within 10 years, what I'm talking about now will probably be a thing of the past. What I'm saying now will probably be a thing of the past, because it always changes, and there's always people that there to come in and take its place. But also to realize that eventually there won't be, because of awesome things and awesome people doing their awesome job. But also to remember that
Forgive me, sweetheart.
that with
Get out.
sorry, lady.
Fucking way.
Anyways, with every single time lady that's gonna gain next code. I don't really. There we go.
You screwed up my car.
But yeah, I'm talking about innovation and how people's emotions have calmed down over the centuries. And I'm not saying that that they've calmed down completely. I'm not saying that, because that's the point. Is I think where it went with terrorism is, I guess, people who basically started having emotional problems and different problems of the sort don't realize that they basically put people in mental hospitals, or not put people in mental hospitals, but people who get put in mental hospitals basically are like they're the main people who I'd say and also I'm probably a target, so that's probably but I'm also a high functioning schizoaffective person, so I'm not exactly the kind of person to be able to be manipulated by that kind of stuff. I mean, I also messed with people who were calling me trying to scam money out of me. So there's like, don't turn off your computer, and don't turn off your don't go back from the phone, because I'm trying to tell you something. 15 people can see into your stuff. And it's like, yeah, 15 people are able to see into my stuff. I mean, like, I'd much rather have the government probably like looking at my stuff than you, sir. It's like, I am going to take over your screen, and which made me think that he was somewhere close by. And also too, he might have been doing fake accents at some point. There are people who do fake accents on those screening calls, so people think that they just come from India or some other country or something like that, but in actuality they don't, or they'll probably come to like a place and close to close to the state or close to anything like that. And also too, I mean, people can control your screen from pretty much a satellite sometimes. So I mean, it's not really that they control it from the satellite, but it's able to be that way. But also too, it would have a shoddy connection if it was from the satellite with or without the proper server in range. It probably wouldn't make that big of a difference, but it's like, I'm going to tell you what I've had experiences like that, like people who try to take advantage of people and stuff like that, or people who try to tell me that if I don't pay my school loans or something like that, my debt will completely go over, and yeah, $15,000 is really gonna blow my bank. Not even $15,000, because if I go to court with it and say that I was never even I never even finished the semester, which I only did 4 weeks, they will definitely throw the case out with whatever it is, especially considering that I have an medical emergency. I blanked out on a test, and I wasn't able, or I didn't find myself to be able to finish out of the semester. So I decided to throw away my schedule, and not throw away my schedule, but cancel my classes after that certain point. And I'm not gonna blank out on a test and expect to keep going. So, and also, I mean, it's smarter to do that. So, I mean, I'm not gonna like, oh, I needed to push along, and I got grade C's. It's like, no, I'm gonna do the best I possibly can, and if I can't do the best I possibly can, then I'm not gonna do I'm not gonna do it at all. It's stupid to say that you gotta go up and get C's constantly. And yes, it's weird too. I get warm when I drink beer. It's probably because I'm in a warm environment. But I don't know. But through innovation, some people have been able to make different changes in people's psyches, and different changes, not changes scientifically, but changes as far as emotionally goes. People's psyches and people have been able to do different things with themselves and make sure that they could create a certain future for themselves, to be able to understanding that okay, let's go into our next topic. So okay, I'm talking about something. I want another topic. I'm in like 23 minutes in, so so what do I want to do?
No way! The dead don't drive.
All right, so being on top of what you believe and how you believe it, it's a good thing. And also sometimes I get these I'm on the In Vega Sistema shot or whatever, and I get it's hard to be on camera for me sometimes because I have like these movements basically because of reflexes or different things like that. I get like muscle tension and different things like that. So it sucks and I hate it, and I want to be away from it. I don't want it. So it's for years of taking medication and having no effect. So that's what pisses me off the most, though. Is eventually this is gonna change, I guess. The American medical field will change eventually, and probably because they believe they can come up with a synthetic way of actually changing certain things and changing certain people. But also too, it has a lot to do with stimulation and certain stimuli or variables in stimulation. So realizing that people are not let's say realize that when you're out there doing a bunch of stuff and you don't realize what is in the world or around the world, or at least around your neighborhood. Like, say for example, there are new examples of different people doing different things. I've said before that people do like 3D printing for skin and glandular cells and stuff like that sometimes, and they can 3D print an ear and transplant it. Pretty cool. Or the tip of a finger or something like that. But people think that this stuff is going to be expensive. But eventually, what our economy is going to do is, and I think this is the reason why it's going to do it. What I think also too is, I think what I guess all the governments are probably trying to do at this point is they're trying to keep their people active, I guess, and I don't know, like there's certain I don't know what I just said, but wait, okay, there's somebody else talking in the other thing, the other room. So there's certain things that certain people do in government and different things like that kind of makes me believe that they're trying to make people active at first, and then that after they're active, they'll allow people to actually do different things as far as or have different things as far as what medical fields they go into, or medical fields anyone would actually have as far as an invention would go into. It's like everyone is going to the practicality of being able to inspire the person to be able to do something, and in the same sense not being able to do that because but like, I don't know, like people have spent the entirety of themselves to was it practicing if we instill a certain kind of want in the people that son of a bitch, if we instill a certain kind of want in the people that then actually immortality wouldn't be that far off. But also too, if you think about it, like, I don't think we're gonna get past immortality within, I said our last generation's lifetime. And it has a lot to do with what we do to ourselves, as far as what we do and how we do it. Realizing that I guess we want to be thin, we want to be healthy, and it's been pumped into us by certain wants and brands and stuff like that, because there are certain people out there that have been able to isolate certain genes and certain things like that to be able to make certain people's immune systems better, I guess. But also too, it's like, I mean, there's science behind it, but also too, like, people have it's like instead of, it's like you see on a movie, okay, that a dude who makes a discovery is like so keen on telling absolutely everyone, but that is not the case in real life. I mean, someone who makes like a magical breakthrough, like literally like almost a miracle, or even a miracle, you would think that they would be like, oh my god, I want to scream this from the mountaintops, this is freaking awesome. But no, they're not. They're just, they think that they're like, you would take the, I guess the sensibility of someone who is an honest Abe sort of character, and put them into a microbiology standpoint. And also to the same sense, there are people out there that so within the rounds of, like, within the bounds of making money and saving lives, I have a piece of food in my teeth. Realize that sometimes what people do as far as UFOs, and there are certain things like that and all this other different stuff, sometimes those are just tourist mechanisms, you know? Like people who seek danger, or people who seek something, or people who seek anything, answers for their life, or think that another life form might have that. Think about it. If they had the answer to all life itself, then why would they just be here? You know? Think they'd exist in, like, I'd say a few different dimensions, probably, or a few different life forms, probably, because they have the answers of being able to say, I don't know, you know? It's just... Understanding that your life itself is important, and people didn't understand that back in the 70s. Your life on your own is important, and through certain avenues and certain areas, people have been able to make sure that, and I'm talking about around the world too. So I mean, so it's not just like something that's happening right now. That's been able to, I guess, change the amount of it's like, Leslie, When I have a conversation, do you want me to go in the other room? When I have a conversation, do you want me to go into the other room? Thank you. Oh. But yeah, through certain innovation, people have been able to make sure that people can live longer and live healthier lives. People are stupid sometimes, though. They want to throw everything away. And they think that life itself is just some sort of, oh, it's supposed to be giving me something, and I'm supposed to be getting something out of it constantly. It's like, no, you get what you give. Some people don't understand that, and people just think that life is supposed to give them so much. And also, too, like, I mean, PTSD is a bitch, okay? PTSD is a son of a bitch.
Oh, crap.
But I'm no victim to it. It's bad. It makes people want to not live, or want people to not see the positive side of things. Always look at the bright side of life. The story of David. So, I mean, realize that it's just because you don't have the innovation that you need. And I'm talking to people who can't get certain stuff. It's just,
You got lucky, buddy.
realize that I wish there was a button to like shut up the characters so I don't have to listen to their bullshit. I mean, other character devices and plot devices and shit, but I mean, whatever. Who gives a shit about their stories? They're made up. So. And granted, there are characters that are probably based off of things. But they're not based off of what I believe. So it's just why it's fucking listen to this kid. And they're fictional, so it's weird. It's like, you know, I just don't get it, you know? I don't get it sometimes when people try to make up excuses for not being able to be a good person. And if sounds a bitch. I don't like excuses, and I really don't. And I want people to start taking responsibility for themselves. And the comments they make and the things that they do sometimes, but people aren't going to do that unless you make them. Sometimes people are gonna play stupid music that says, "Oh, fuck you, bitch," and tell this whore off something in front of 5-year-old children. Granted, my video will definitely be age gated or restricted because I talk about issues like this, and also because I curse. And I say shit like shit and fuck and ass and bitch and all that other different stuff. But
Get the fuck out of here.
and also because that guy says that. So I realize also that there are so many different kinds of people that don't give a fuck about what you think or what you say. They want theirs, and they want theirs alone. So, I mean, I know that those people aren't going to last for long because I'm saying it, and I'm saying it now. There are so many people out there that will die. I hear ambulance lights and sirens every night. And those aren't just threats, you know? every temp out there. Know that it's over. Know that eventually you'll just be a middleman. And know that it's still a crime, and it will probably still be a crime for a very long time to do things like sell marijuana, because once it's legal, people have to get a license to sell it, and if you don't have a license, then you'll go to jail or get a fine, whichever one it is, to keep the economy going.
Hey, you hit me!
People can say that there was culture back in the day, or there were people back in the day keeping the culture alive back in the day, but there were also very big heroin addicts and very big fucking opioid addicts and a whole bunch of different people who really did have some seriously bad intentions for an entire city that they decided that they owned. And that happened in a lot of places. So that has a lot to do with the way people think and the way people would do things, but it also has a lot to do with the ways technology and people have been able to innovate the way that we do things. We can act like people don't care, like people won't care, or people don't care about the things we do or about us. But in reality, people always care, and people who wind up caring in the right places can always do the most good. It's been 42 minutes, and I'm gonna steal this motorcycle. But always understand that
Sorry, lady.
that there are always second chances. Every single day. There's always a way to be able to make yourself into a better person every single day. And it doesn't take technology or anything else to do that. But I mean, in order for you to live forever and actually appreciate life, things are probably going to have to change for the better. So. Do something fucking awesome. Good. Got an idea. Yes. Only have 6 of these. Gotta make them count.
Whoa! Okay, I'm calling the police.
Chef.
Hello, send an officer.
Fuck me!
Okay,
You son of a bitch. That actually makes it get some serious air. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna be tight. There we go. We're going to the airport.
Yo, man, where are you at? I ordered that pizza like 3 hours ago, man.
Yes. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. And I don't really care about the consequences. This has been Game Therapy, and I'm gonna get onto another subject for next time we talk about. Next time we, as in me and none of my audience. I guess that person was probably kind of stupid, and he did the whole whatever thing. Or I've been stupid, so it's not a big deal. Expert Thief 29. You trolling my page, I guess. That's funny, I guess, but everybody gets second chances, but no one realizes when it's their last second chance. Yeah. This has been Game Therapy, and thank you for listening if you ever did. Have a good day. Or night, whichever one it is in your area.